Welcome to another episode, everyone. Big Tony, formerly known as Cartoon53, has a response for Alex Alonso. Alex Alonso made a video and essentially said that Big Tony here is one of the individuals on his list for not attacking Jack 100. He says, essentially, Alex Alonso, that every content creator has a responsibility to call out the poison fruit that is Whack 100. Big Tony has responded here and says it's not his fight. And that's what Alex Alonso had a problem with from the beginning. But let's get into it. I'll give my take in a second.
What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Tony. I'm back again. Well, here we go. Oh, man. I had to wake up this morning to some DMs and some messages from a lot of people who done clipped stuff and sent it to me. Clipped it and sent it to me, man. So like when I roll over in bed, usually what I do when I get up, I look at some old videos and I try to answer some of the questions, some of the comments before I get out to bed. So when I seen this, I'm like, okay. So I open up and look at it. I'm like, oh. First thing I see, somebody said, man, Toon, that dude over there at Street TV, he attacking you. He's saying you fake Christian. He's saying you not doing this and that. I'm like, what? So I pop it on, I look at it. Okay. So now as soon as they say it's Street TV, I immediately lost interest for real in it. Cause you know what I'm saying? I don't too much rock with nothing they got going on over there anyway. But anyway, so I had to look at it. I looked at it. Okay. So then I went to the video and I played, cause I only had a piece of it. And I played what this dude, Alex Alonso, had to say, which really didn't amount to a hill of beans to me. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of, proper talking and rah, rah, rah. And at the end of the day, wasn't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Basically, what he's saying is, he clipped a piece of my video when I said about Whack, about, Whack ain't never said nothing about me, so I ain't never said nothing about Whack. He clipped a piece of it and put it up there to try to embolden the narrative that he was trying to paint on me. You know what I'm saying? And a bunch of you slow people out there in the internet world, y'all got y'all picks and chooses on who y'all want to ride with, who y'all like, who y'all don't like. Some of y'all took it and ran with it.
But you slow people out there.
But a few people, you know what I'm saying? But for those out there who seen my video, go look at the whole video. You feel what I'm saying? And you will see past just a little piece of what he clipped. You know what I'm saying? He's riding off this thing about when people say, well, he ain't never said nothing about me, blah, blah, blah. For me, I'm going to speak on me. It's a whole lot of people out there in the internet world that's saying all type of stuff. It's not for me to latch on to them, no matter what they saying. You know what I'm saying? If they don't come for me, I haven't come for them. No matter how people feel. If everybody in the world hates Whack, well, then that's their business. That's their business. It's a lot of people out there that hate a whole lot of other people. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for me to speak on it. It's just like when perfect example. They've been going back and forth in the LA YouTube world about each other for years. I never get involved with that mess. Don't care nothing about it. I'm not messy like that. It just ain't me. And not just Whack. Whack ain't the only one. All of them been going back and forth. Yeah. So what? You people out there, y'all love to hear mess. Y'all want to hear it. Y'all want to hear everybody going back and forth for entertainment. I told you, I ain't no clown. I don't put on no show for y'all. So you can run, get your popcorn and see, ooh, what he gonna say. Run back, go get your popcorn. Ooh, what he gonna say back. I don't put on no show for y'all expense, period. I don't move that way. You can't put no steering wheel in my back to get me to talk about who you want me to talk about. No, if you don't like it, so what? Go back to when Spider went to talking about Monster. Monster was the immediate homeboy of mine. Immediate homeboy of mine. Monster wasn't here. Monster passed away. So when Spider said what he said about him, I commented on that. A lot of people got me say to him, Wax said the same thing. If I would have heard Wax say it, I would have commented, I missed it. I didn't catch it. If you believe me, you believe me. If you don't, you don't. Do you really think I care what you think, if you believe me or not? Do you really think so? I could care less. Like I said, if I would have heard Wack talking about Monster, I would have said something then. I didn't hear it. I heard Spider said something. And all I said then was, I do not believe him. So therefore, boom. But now, moving right along about this narrative that he trying to paint. Oh, well, Wack done talked about all these old Crips and all these Crips, blah, 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 blah. And everybody on there talking about Crips and Bloods. You done talked about Crips and Bloods. You painting this narrative like you in the middle of the road, but you a Blood. That you don't claim no more. Why? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you tell that story. But I'm not finna get into it just because everybody say something about a Crip. People been saying something about Crips since the beginning of time. But now, I'm gonna play a little piece of what you were saying about me. Let's hear it.
Okay, so he's about to go into, Alex Alonso and what he had to say, which ignited this response from Big Tony. I'm just interested to know what you all think so far about what Big Tony has had to say. That he has not gotten involved in these beefs. He doesn't even cover beefs going on on YouTube and as it relates to LA. You know, the back and forth individuals have constantly on the internet. I'm involved in one right now, sort of thing. You know, we back and forth with all of this nonsense. He says he doesn't even cover that. So if he doesn't cover that, then he's not going to attack Wack 100 if Wack hasn't attacked him and Wack hasn't said anything to him. But this is what Alex has a problem with, as we're about to see. Alex believes, Alex Alonso, shout out to Alex Alonso and Street TV, shout out to Big Tony as well. And in fact, I spoke with Big Tony about this situation a couple of nights ago on the phone. And a lot of the things that he said made sense. And to tell you the truth, I understand both sides, if I'm being honest. I understand what Alex Alonso is saying, that if we have a poisonous individual, then it's on the community to call that individual out. Whether he has attacked you or not, he has attacked others. And, it's a selfish way of thinking to say that just because he hasn't attacked me, I'm not going to call out his nonsense as it relates to my homeboys who he has attacked, or just the community in general that he is poisonous for. And I also understand a Big Tony side saying, I don't get into stuff that's not mine. I don't go looking for beefs or get into beefs that have nothing to do with me. Yes, he attacks a lot of people. He has attacked everyone else except me. So I'm just going to come out and attack him. And he has never attacked me. And Big Tony said on the phone with me, he goes on to say here in his video, check out his channel. It's called Foundation Nation, Big Tony here. Check out Alex Alonso, Street TV. And Big Tony said that there are a lot of individuals that have gotten into it with Wack 100 and they have not done anything about it. And that's on them. It's not on me to come out on the internet and say something about it or speak on their behalf. And they're not speaking up for themselves. He said there's people that work right there with him that he's gotten into it with, supposed to have a fade with, this and nothing. But I'm supposed to get on here and attack him. He's never said a bad word about me, said anything about me, but I'm supposed to just get on here out of nowhere and attack him because everybody else is attacking him and don't like him. So I understand that as well. So again, I understand both sides. I understand what Alex Alonso is saying as well. That no, this dude is not good in the community. Everyone, all the content creators or all the game members, whatever, everyone needs to call that out. That he's poison for everything. But let's continue and see what points that they both make. And again, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Well, he ain't said nothing about me. And what's crazy, I just heard it this morning. I was watching Tony, formerly Cartoon53, speak on Whack 100. I was like, oh, okay, I've never heard him speak on him, but let me hear what he had to say. And what do you think Tony had to say? And what do you think Tony had to say? Well, what do black people do when it comes to this type of issue? Well, he ain't said nothing about me. All right, let me play this clip.
But the first one, boom. Back to the situation with Whack 100. Y'all have been asking me over and over and over and over what I think about this cat, what I think about what he's doing on social media, blah, 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 blah. And I told y'all a million times before, oh, boy, ain't never spoke about me. I don't know him. I ain't really got nothing to say about him. And I've always left it at that. What I'm finna say now is not really speaking on him, well, against him now. What I'm finna speak about is the mentality of the people that are getting into it with him.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. He ain't never said nothing about me, so I ain't got nothing to say about him. But he certainly had a lot to say about your people. Maybe some people that you know. Maybe some homeboys you grew up with. He certainly had a lot to say about the culture. I mean, Whack 100 has disrespected so many people. Let's just deal with OG Crips. OG Crips. OG Crips from Tony's generation. I recall Whack 100 being very disrespectful with OG Brydog from Carver Park. I recall Whack 100 being extremely disrespectful with Melly Mel from Santana Block. I recall Whack 100 being extremely disrespectful, defaming the name of Gangster from Santana Block. I mean, that's three people that are there I can think of. I mean, how many people does it take for this guy to talk about before you say, come on, man, this got to stop. This is out of control. But not everybody's like, no, he ain't talked about me. He ain't said nothing about me. I mean, he's also talked about Big U, Nipsey Hussle, Monster Cody. I mean, the list goes on. In fact, who else has Whack 100 talked about that should make us all feel concerned, make us all feel like we're under attack? I don't need him to talk about me to know that this guy's a demon. And no, it's not just content. People are getting RICO'd. People are getting whipped out in parking lots. People are almost getting killed for content. People are about to go on trial. People are getting sent to prison.
Now y'all heard.
Exactly. And Rat 100 is behind a lot of it. I mean, in the video that I covered yesterday, when he was on No Jumper with Adam 22, speaking down about me and Aunt Hefe and Spody Face and everyone else, Hoodie from the Hood, and just gang members, period. Always talking down about gang members, just like Poetic Flacco. In front of Adam, he does it, though. You know, primarily in front of Adam. He knows Adam wants to hear this sort of stuff when he's denigrating the culture and denigrating the race and denigrating the people to curry favor with this individual. A sellout is what he is. And Whack 100 was sitting there in that same episode where he mentioned my name in a disparaging way. Talking about Aunt Hefe, I started to cover that this morning, but I just didn't want to. I'm sick of the dude. I didn't want to cover no more about him. But he's sitting there going back and forth with Adam. Adam wasn't really saying anything wrong, but Whack 100 was sitting there still trying to put Aunt Hefe at the taco stand. Still making a case for that because he had given Poetic Flacco the video and said that that's what Aunt Hefe was locked up for. And of course, we come to find out he wasn't. But instead of being a good content creator and admitting that he made a mistake He's doubling down and still making it seem like Aunt Hefe may be responsible. He's on No Jumper with 5 million subscribers yesterday or so discussing this out in the open about this taco stuff still. Just trying to put a case on him, man. Trying to put people in prison for a whole other case. And then in the same breath will say he's an OG Pyru. He's an OG blood. How can you be that and you sit here discussing an open case that the man has nothing to do with, by the way? And you got this whole thing started that he did by sending the video to Poetic Flacco. It's crazy. It is nonsense. And, let me just say, for the record anyway, that people were saying, I must say, as I said, I discussed this with Big Tony the other day, but people were saying, in response to this video right here that he just did yesterday or a couple of days or so ago, that he's wrong. They were all, when I say all, I'm going to say pretty much everyone was on Alex Alonzo's side. They all said, Big Tony, you wrong. He wasn't talking about you. He was talking about Whack 100, and he's dead right. He should be called out. He's right, and you're wrong, bro, period. I can't believe that you're saying this. You're losing a lot of respect and all this sort of stuff. Now, Big Tony, he doesn't care about that. What people in the comments have to say, he makes that clear. He doesn't care. Just for the record, but I'm curious to know what you all think, what my viewers think. Because again, I understand both sides, to tell you the truth so far. I get where they both are coming from. As crazy as that may sound. I don't think it's crazy at all. I think I get what Alex is saying, that this sort of thing needs to be called out by everyone. Everyone has a responsibility to call someone like this out because he's poisonous to the community. So everyone in the community then has an obligation to call it out. And I also get what Big Tony is saying. Man, it's not my beef. Man, ain't saying it about me. I don't want to just insert myself in the beef, just start a beef with this dude, just make a video talking about him. He's never said anything about me. I see how he be acting. I see how he get to coming at people, calling them out their name, disrespecting them, calling the police on people, all kind of stuff. I didn't put myself in it. Now he coming at me like this, calling me all kind of names. Now I'm in some stuff that's really and I just didn't really started this myself because he had never said anything about me. I get that as well. What say you?
The little piece right there. He named all these different Crips who Wax said something about. And my thing is, if you listen to the little piece of video I put out, my thing is, if y'all both out there in the streets and Wack has said something about you, that's why I say I'm speaking on the mentality of these Crips that's getting into it with Wack. If you out there on the streets with Wack and he's speaking about you and you haven't done anything about it, that's on you. You got people that Wack get into it with that work at the same place and ain't nothing happen. You got Crips out there that Wack then got into it with that's running around the same streets that he running around the streets with and ain't did nothing about it. So if they ain't finna do nothing about it, then that's on them. That's on them. You know what I'm saying? So that weak narrative that he come with, talk about all these different people he named, talking about from my generation and all that, man, miss me with that drama, man. That man's weak as I don't know what. Weak as I don't know what. Then turn around.
Hey, Tony be cracking me up sometimes the way he be talking. He said earlier, man, miss me with that. Miss me with that drama, man. It didn't amount to a hill of beans.
He coming with all these Bible verses. Man.
Bible verses.
I heard that part. It was like, but if y'all didn't hear it, hold on. I'll let y'all hear it.
Oh.
But I do appreciate Cartoons or Tony's change into being a Christian and speaking on Jesus. But let's look at this from the perspective of a Christian. If you're a Christian out there and you do content, you believe in God and you believe in Jesus Christ, you should be appalled at what Whack 100 does. I know a lot of you guys aren't religious, but I'm talking to people like Tony and other people who believe in the scriptures, who believe in this Bible right here, who believe in this book. I'm going to go to Exodus chapter 20, verse 16, and read a few scriptures here. And this stuff should make us feel appalled. I'm in Exodus chapter 20. I'm going to start at verse 12. Honor your father and your mother, in order that your days may prove long upon the ground that Jehovah your God is giving you. You must not murder. You must not commit adultery. You must not steal. You must not testify falsely as a witness against your fellow man. You must not desire your fellow man's house. You must not desire your fellow man's wife. Ain't that interesting? What stands out to me is you must not testify falsely as a witness against your fellow man.
Right.
It's right after you must not steal and you must not murder. Mm-hmm. God sees that the deception and the bearing false witness is just as worse, just as bad as committing a homicide.
Yes, sir.
But let's go to Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16.
Let's go.
There are 6 things that Jehovah God hates.
Uh-oh.
Yes, 7 are things detestable to his soul. Lofty eyes.
Oh.
A false tongue. A hand that sheds innocent blood.
Oh, wow.
A heart fabricating hurtful schemes.
Whoa.
Feet that are in a hurry to run to badness.
Oh, wow.
A false witness that launches forth lies.
Wow.
And anyone sending forth contentions among brothers.
Wow.
That's for all my Christian folks out there.
Describe that man to a T. He fits the bill of every one of them.
That understand
for real
that what this guy is doing on the internet is deplorable. It's sinful.
Yes.
It's ungodly-like.
Yes.
And any other adjective you want to throw in there.
Indeed.
But I got the probable cause statement by the LAPD and
now here's all these Bible verses and people come. Man, you ain't nothing but the devil. Straight up. You ain't nothing but the devil.
Damn, Tony.
That mess didn't move me not one bit. But now you got some slow people in your comments who it moved because they ain't got nothing to think with, period. I am not on here to prove nothing to you or nobody else.
And that's what they were saying in Big Tony's comments. Big Tony, he wasn't talking about you. He was talking about whack. And I believe that also. I'm not sure if Big Tony knows that or not. Maybe he does know that. But he's still just referring to the fact that he hasn't attacked whack and Big Tony is still responding to that. I'm not sure. But the Bible verses that Alex Alonso was reading was in reference to Jack 100. He was saying that he goes against everything in this Bible, the content that he is doing. He wasn't questioning Tony's Christianity or his dedication or commitment to the Bible. He was saying that if you are a Christian and you follow the Bible, he's saying to every Christian out there, then the Bible says this about individuals like this. And so if you follow this Bible, the Bible condemns this. The Bible condemns individuals like this. Thus, you should be condemning it as well if you follow the Bible. It's, I believe, Alex Alonso's point. Not saying that Big Tony was anything in that Bible. He wasn't describing him. He was describing carjacker. That's what I think. He was describing a carjacker.
As far as my Christian outlook go, I could care less what you think about it. You said you think what I'm doing on here is deplorable. I think what you doing on here is deplorable. The same way you talk about other dudes that's putting.
Oh, Tony, I should have seen this before I talked to you on the phone. I don't think he was talking about you, brother. I don't think he said that you were deplorable or what you were doing on the internet was deplorable. Not at all. He was talking about Wack. He was saying that he's deplorable. Now, I guess he did say that, not speaking out against it is deplorable, or saying that he didn't say anything about me. Therefore, I'm not going to, perhaps he did mean that as well. But I know that he's also, his point is that the things that he's doing on the internet is poisonous to the community, and that everyone has accountability and a responsibility to call it out. And I wasn't calling this stuff out either. I wasn't getting involved in this beat. I was covering Wack 100, covering some of the stuff that he had going on, but I wasn't attacking him personally or saying, man, this dude is bad for the community, or he's a culture vulture, or he denigrates us, or he makes us look bad. I wasn't saying that, there were no personal attacks from me to Wack. So you can say that I'm guilty of this as well, of not calling some of this stuff out, if you will, sort of just trying to mind my business as it relates to that. So I understand what Alex is saying, as I've said, and also understand where Big Tony is coming from. I mean, I really do. So, y'all let me know what y'all think.
False content up and running with it and not doing their homework and all this and that. Okay, it's about to check. It's about to check with you. So what? You do homework. I don't think you do homework on everything, but you chasing behind the check too. Now, the same way when you called my phone some months back, hooping and hollering, crying to me about why did I say something about you trying to set my homeboy Blue up on the interview about 600. Why did you say that? Why did you say that? Man, woo, 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 woo. You sitting in the park with my homeboy Blue, and you asking him all these old inflammatory questions that's gonna get some other stuff started so you can get some views. You ain't no different from the rest of them out there, man. What I think you doing is deplorable. The same way you think I'm deplorable, I think what you doing is deplorable too. Straight up. Then you get mad about it and you on the phone, then you go crazy like on some gang stuff. What you start telling me, F your channel, F the foundation, like a little kid. F your channel, F the foundation, F your channel. And I told him on the phone then, I said, man, okay, F my channel. And you see that didn't work. You got off the phone. But yeah, that's what he did. Called me crying, talk about F your channel. Why did you say this and that about me? Why did you say this and that? You wouldn't have put my name in your mouth on this. I wouldn't have been saying nothing about you right now. But if it's on, it's on. So yeah, as far as you quoting Bible scripture and all that, and what at the end of the day, what you feel about me or what you feel about my Christian outlook on life means nothing. Nothing, not at all, means nothing. So you can find you another tree to try to climb, homie, because I'm not the one, not the one. Go on, continue to do what you do, man. Go on, continue to do what you do. You ain't had me in your mouth in a minute. I don't want to have you in my mouth in a minute. But I'm gonna match your energy. I'm gone, y'all. Peace.
All right. So they have a history then. I didn't know that. I don't follow all the stuff on the internet. I've been in prison. He said Alex called him, he said a couple years ago, a couple months ago, whatever. Said F your channel over some content over something. So they already got something going on, I guess. But there you have it, people. Let me know what you think in the comments. As I said, I just wanted to cover it. I told Cartoon I might react to that, but I wasn't sure if I was going to do it yesterday. I wasn't sure because I was like, I hadn't even seen the video. But I seen the title. And, I know Alex Alonso did his video, and I'd seen when he had spoke on that about Toon or what have you. Figure Toon may have a response to it, and as we can see, he does. He did have a response to it. I'm just curious to know what you all think. I do think it's sort of an important conversation, if you will. Do you all believe that an individual is obligated, the culture, content creators, whatever, gang members, to call out an individual like Whack 100 if you feel like, or we feel like he's damaging the culture in whatever way, that we all should come together and rise up against this individual or call this individual out. Everyone has a duty to do so. And that's Alex Alonzo's point. Whether he has attacked you personally or not, the fact that he is attacking the culture and people that you know, it's only a matter of time before he gets you, or either way, even if he never gets to you, he's still damaging the culture that you say you represent and that you love. Shouldn't you call out anyone who's damaging the culture? It's Alex Alonzo's point. I believe, no need for me to speak for him. He said what he had to say himself, did Alex Alonzo. Big Tony here, as we just heard, his side, his perspective, his disposition, his point, which is, I don't get involved in that mess. And that's one thing I will say, about Big Tony. I don't think he's being a hypocrite, because it's one thing, like me, I cover these beefs, and I'm always covering this sort of stuff. Truth exposed, so-and-so exposed. Oh, it's up now with so-and-so. I'm covering these beefs in LA and all of this stuff, this internet nonsense. But he does it. So I do think it'd be different if he did cover this stuff, some of these beefs, but just staying away from that one or not addressing that. But he's covering everything else, as it relates to LA and these beefs and all that. He's profiting off of everything else. But he's not. He doesn't do any of that sort of content. So it's not like he's going against the grain by not addressing it, as far as I'm concerned, because he doesn't address any of that sort of stuff. Even Alex Alonzo has said, when he heard Big Tony speaking on it, he said, "Oh, let me listen to it, because I've never heard him speak on Whack 100." So it's like, it's not like, again, he speaks on them sometimes, but won't speak on this. He never speaks on it. Now you want me to just all of a sudden just, direct. So I get that too. But again, I also get Alex Alonzo's point. This dude needs to be called out by everyone, whether he's come for you or not. He's come for other individuals. He's bad for us. What he's doing on here, he's pitting us against each other. He's manipulating. He's starting gang stuff. He's all in crip business. He's snitching. He's doing all that. Man, this stuff needs to be called out by any OG, every OG. Everybody need to be calling this out. This is ridiculous. I get that as well. What say you? What say you? Let me know what you think in the comments. That's why I wanted to cover it. I really want to know what y'all had to say about that. Do content creators have a responsibility? Not just Whack, it's other individuals, Someone else comes along that's doing the same sort of, should it be called out by everyone, or should people mind their own business? Hey, you ain't saying that to me. I'm going to involve myself in the beef, and I know this dude is a loose cannon, just going to get to disrespecting people, disrespecting me next, and I'm not going to go for it. I'm going to go here. So in order to avoid all that, he ain't came at me, I haven't come at him. Big Tony made some points. Individuals who this individual has disrespected, if they felt disrespected by this individual, they're right there with him. Some of these individuals work in the same building, they're walking the same streets with him, whatever. So it's not for me to speak up for them or take up for them. They can defend themselves. They can fight for themselves because they're out there on the street with them. And the only thing they're doing is going back and forth instead, making content back and forth. They haven't attacked this individual, nothing like that, but you want me to get on here and attack them, and they're not even standing up for themselves. He said he stood up for Monster Cody because Monster Cody was not here to defend himself. These other individuals, they're out here to defend themselves, and if you're not defending yourself, don't look at me to defend you, and you're not even defending yourself. That's what he said on the phone. It's pretty much what he said here. That part makes a lot of sense as well. So again, I see both sides. Y'all letting me know how y'all feel about it in the comments. Stay safe and stay free, people.